everybody. Welcome to my nice peaceful game. It's called Reaper's Goodbye, I think. If you're asking why is it like this, I don't know. I just logged in and boom. Let's get started. Hold on. Okay, I clicked the moon and this happened. Okay, there we go. Reaper's Goodbye. I saw the game on itch and I thought, hey, let's play it. A little bright, not gonna lie. Let's send it. Reading. Wait.
Self-voicing enabled.
Perfect.
Saved screenshot sc:/users/chavi/downloads/new folder /reapers goodbye 1.31 pc /reapers goodbye 1.31 pc /screenshot 0001.png. The night sky of the countryside is wide, empty, and often soundless. Crickets may sing, but their song gets lost in the open air, soaking into nothingness. There is no hustle and bustle of crowds, there are no blaring car horns. Just the wind through the grass and the labors of your own breath as you tread the unpaved road. It is said in such a countryside, you may come across a man with a trail of cigarette smoke behind him. His shifty eyes dart across the scene, but pay him no mind, his goals lie elsewhere.
Excuse me. Okay, it says it is said in such a countryside you may come across a okay.
A cursed individual can only take company with those of a similar fortune, you see. To exist between worlds means living tied to nothing. No home, no family, no sense of time. A man like that looks perfectly natural, wandering the emptiness of a soundless sky. If you come across such a man, pay him no mind. He will walk on, leaving only smoke behind.
I'm not raining today, guys. Cool.
But if you meet such a man and his eyes fix upon you, well, what can you do? What can he do? That's just how the world works.
Groovy.
A cursed individual can only take company with those of a similar fortune, that's just how the world works. It's just the wheels of fate turning. A cursed individual can only take You two just got caught in the spokes. It's just, you two just got caught in the spokes.
Reaper's Goodbye. Train station.
The town smells like roasting meat and alcohol. Standing there enjoying it all is an old acquaintance. The town smells like roasting meat and alcohol. JENN Croix Monsieur. What a surprise. To think the gods would lead us to this village just to meet again.
I think the dude's French. Okay? And he doesn't know how to fully pronounce it. That is hilarious. Okay.
An old fool, a young heart, or just wise beyond his years, standing there enjoying it all is an old acquaintance. The world works in mysterious ways, T. says. Hard to tell, an old fool, a young heart, or just wise beyond his years. Oh mon ami, you could give me a more cheerful face. Go ahead, smile for me.
I'm good.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell, you never change, do you? Such depressing company you can be.
Sorry.
Hard to tell, perhaps your poor mother fed you nothing but bitters as a child. Hard to tell, ugh. So depressing. So depressing, I must drink away my sadness. Quel horror. The man turns around with dramatic flourish. He begins
I like the
walking
music.
to the nearest stall. The man turns around with dramatic flourish. He's been like that for the longest time. He's been like that for the longest time. The man leads the way, babbling the whole time. This and that, it's always pointless. But he's keen on talking. Finally, he shuts up at a humble food stall where a group of patrons curry idly. There's a. He's been like that for the longest time, the spectacled, professional-looking man. He's been like that for the longest time, a mature woman minding her own business. He's been like that for the longest time, a jovial old man with a well-made suit.
I'm gonna rip my head off.
He's been like that for the longest time, and a nervous-looking little girl, hiding behind her scarf. Here's the chap I was speaking of.
Oh, I'm gonna make this image. I might draw it. post on the community. I like his outfit. It's pretty sick. I rock with it.
We can get this night started now. I'm on Amy. Don't be so sour.
Say my name.
These poor souls missed their last train. They must spend the night without entertainment. It won't do. Let us trade stories until fate calls upon us. They must. I personally find this so immature. Don't be such a stick in THA mud. I can't think of a better way to spend the night. Well, I can think of one better way. He. I can't think of. Oh, I bet you can. Well, see. What magnificent company we have. Oh, see. And so the wheels of fate were turning. Or rather, they had already reached their destination. This was more or less unknown to the 6 strangers at the stall, who awaited the train that would take them far, far away from here. The story of the lost souls and their startling tales begins now.
I like the music. I kind of want to call it a day here. I'm just kidding. 5 stops until dawn. Okay. So, what are the characters' names?
Luza. Jackal.
Jackal. I don't know if this is his actual name.
Jackal.
They're just saying random stuff.
Beetle. Beetle.
Beetle.
Tierra.
Tierra.
Luza.
Lusa.
Luza. Ayamu.
Amu.
Ayamu. Eno. Eno.
You know?
Jack.
What am I eating?
Jackal.
We'll start with you, I guess.
A story from me. I thought you'd never ask. Mon Amy.
Mi amor? Is that what it says? Mi amor? I don't know, guys. I don't read French. I really don't.
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. The only thing I love more than hearing it. Otto. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. The only thing I love more than hearing a story is telling one. Ah ha ha.
He tells like Bagley from Watch Dogs Legion. Like he was talking about in one part you had to rob a bank or something like that, and then he was talking about, oh, you did anything with money. The point about it is going tra la 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 la. Sorry, man, computer. All right, now I'm gonna let it go on auto, so you guys don't hear my crappy voice.
Beetle laughs and takes a. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Beetle. Auto selected. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Oh, what to do? Yes, this is it. Now lean a little closer. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette.
Guardian Angel.
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Before I was well established in my profession, I was a pitifully penniless youth, traveling the country with little else than the clothes on my back. Not even proper threads, mind you, all shabby out of season hand-me-downs. It depresses me just to remember it. Quel horror.
Hello?
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Anyhow, you can see how unfortunate I was at the time. There were nights where I would have no coin for shelter and I'd lick potato starch just to quell my hunger. I did manage to scrounge up enough to move to the city in hopes that I could find more opportunities there. I rented a small apartment on the lower end. It was a cramped, dark space hardly bigger than a closet with a single flickering bulb strung from the ceiling.
Alright.
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. My bed was a bare mattress held up by a rickety iron frame. I tried not to make much movement lest I be awoken by rusty creaking.
Hey man, everybody's gonna start somewhere.
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Something peculiar happened the day I settled into my apartment. I was staring up at the ceiling, willing myself to slumber, when I felt something at the side of my face. It was like an intense heat. When humans are in such darkness, their senses heighten so that even the slightest rise in temperature can be felt. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. So in that darkness, I felt I was not alone. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. I shot upright and pulled at the bulb switch. I'd nearly yanked it off completely in panic. I searched my cramped room, but found nothing mold and mouse holes. How depressing. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Of course I could not possibly sleep after such a feeling, so I headed out of the accursed room for some fresh air. Beetle laughs and takes a long
Oi,
drag
youngin.
of the cigarette. Oi, youngin, yeah, be lucky to meet me at a time like this. Sitting on the street was a bedraggled old beggar. Her face was shrouded by stained cloth and her fingers played across the empty air. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Something you should know about my profession is that you meet a great many kinds of people. Each person has their own unique path to take, and intersections like these are akin to miracles. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. You may walk through life lonely and singular, or you may have a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So even in my amateur status I understood this to be valuable. I wordlessly shuffled closer to the woman. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Why seem to be a wise as well as lucky. Many a young un walk past and pay with their lives, heh. Wise and lucky ought to stay alive, so I tell ye this, buy this from me for a copper. Place it at ye bedside, and sleep will come nice and easy. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. In her outstretched hand she produced a small communion cracker. Believer I was the secrets of the universe, but even I had to raise an eyebrow. Besides that, I had little money to spare. In order to make rent I'd have to cut down to a single meal a day.
Okay.
Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Heh. Wise and lucky, but still doubtful. Buy this from me, and ye will see in time. Everyone on this earth is blessed with a guardian angel. When ye lay down to sleep tonight, see how the angel watches over us all. Beetle laughs and takes a long drag of the cigarette. Was she insane? Or speaking the truth? Either way, she was looking out for my hell. I threw her a coin and made my way up the steps. KKR, KRRR, KRRR, I placed the cracker on the thin strip of floor between the bed and door frame, lamenting my lightened pockets. KRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRR KRRR, what in the world?
No, please stop.
I learned to fall asleep and survive on little more than crumbs. At the end of the week the beggar woman would appear on the street corner to sell me another blessing. Parting with coin always hurt, but the pain was lessened as my luck began to fly. Somehow, my business was taking off. It seemed that the whims of the city and the wishes of my heart had finally aligned. Magnific. But all was not so rosy during these blooming, youthful days. I must tell you of, in generous terms, an old friend, who was a likewise young man with little to call his own. He too was in the profession and had much to say about it. So much to say that our entire walk home was consumed with his contemplation. The same evening he told me of his new residence, the beggar lady came for our usual exchange. "You're living here?" "I sure am. I mean, where else could I go in this dump of a city? I found a room last week." "Man, youngin', 'fore you go off to bed, buy this from me for a copper." "Hey, a copper? Miss, I'm not gonna buy that little thing from you when I can buy myself a tall drink. Please, youngin'. Ya will regret it if you listen to this. She's completely off her rocker." That foolish friend of mine laughed loudly at the woman and spun on his heel. In his place I exchanged a coin for the communion cracker, but her face looked like she was mourning. "It's not too late, Theseus. God, you're too generous. You need to learn how to say no to street people. We're hardly getting by ourselves." She might have a point. Just consider it, please. Bah. Just go to sleep already. And so just as paths intersect, they part. That night, dear listeners, I heard something I can never forget. I was laying in my bed, KKR, KRRR, KRRR. Was that my angel, staring back at me? KKR, KRRR, KRRR. The creak of a bed from somewhere in the complex.
I don't care if the camera's crooked. You guys gotta kind of learn to deal with it, man.
The creak of a bed from somewhere in the complex. Skrit skrit skrit. Skrit. H hey. Who the? Skrit skrit skrit. What? What the hell? Hey. 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 What? Hey.
Shut up.
The following day, I learned that my friend hadn't shown up for work or so much as sent word. Sometime later I saw the landlord grumbling around a complex, banging on a certain door with no answer. He seemingly disappeared clean off the face of the earth. How peculiar.
Oh, my bad.
But my mind wandered from it as soon as I received a letter saying I'd be accepted to a higher position with much better accommodations. Plans were made, suitcases were packed, and Lord knows how I paid communion up until the very last day. So that's this gentleman's tale of how I lived in my early years. Insightful, T. says. I wasn't always so refined. Mon Amy, I know how cruel I must sound. But with time, you begin to see into people's hearts. The old fool smiles gently at the memory, you begin to understand who will make it and who will depart. Such is the way of our chosen path. The other patrons look unnerved by his tale, the old fool smiles gently at the memory, although it gets lonely watching over everyone's paths, doesn't it? Say Lavi. But to him, it's just a nostalgic conversation. The other patrons look unnerved by his tale. Oh, what am I doing telling you this? Your icy stare tells me all I need. You're just about frozen over. Ha 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 ha. Everything is just a game to
Alright.
It seems.
We're gonna end it there for the day. 18 minutes? Yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry for not reading. I thought you guys should want to hear my voice until the end. We ended the day today, so we just learned about a story about how this guy, Beetle,
Tierra. Everything
we'll get to
is
you
just a
tomorrow.
game to him,
But Beetle,
it seems.
he is a gentleman. You know, he gave this woman a coin for the cracker and had Guardian Angel looking after him. And since, you know, he wasn't such a D-bag and actually helped somebody, he had like a Guardian Angel looking over him, his luck improved, higher positions, while his friend was an asshole, basically. And then, boom, friend gone off the earth, and then and gone.
Everything
Jackal,
is just a game to him, it seems.
shut up. Jackal, eat your food.
Everything
Okay?
is just save.
I'm gonna save here.
Return.
Thank you for watching.